Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sergeant Alex here, bringing you another Realmcraft video. Sort of, not really, kind of. I'm just on the server for like a minute. As you can see, the hole's built. We've been starting on our actual base. We have our first tower going. Nothing complicated, just some wooden stuff. I did make some blue concrete, kind of decorate that gap there. And the whole purpose of today is actually a redstone video. It's a little bit of a storage system I have working on. I'm just gonna plop that in the corner for when I'm in here. And as you can see, chests, and it's all closed in. Actually, if I pop here, you can see a little bit of redstone and stuff. But essentially, I want a nice little storage system. I can kind of see a bunch of blocks here, and it's fun. I could leave it like this, but no, I want to make it redstone and fancy. So with a push of a button to move. So here we have our birch. Say I needed to get, I think it's cobblestone after that. I just flick the lever again. Nope, more stone. I need again. Flick the lever, and poof, here we have our netherrack, stone. And this is pretty much a bulk storage system for piston feed tape. Obviously, for your smaller stuff, you can pop it in chests here. I moved everything, so I kind of got to organize. But I kind of want to show off today this little build and how to do it. So you can see down here, the redstone definitely could be a little bit more compact, but I kind of went for ease of build and understanding than going for something big and complex. If we pop up here, you can see the top of it, and it's a relatively small build. It doesn't take that much materials, but it is a little complex. So we're going to pop over to my testing world. Okay, and as you can see, we're in our testing world. Someone's been busy. I think that might be Rob. He's been experimenting with command blocks lately, but either way, here we are in the testing world, kind of just random, sporadic everything. There's Doom Chicken crying because he didn't like the video. Actually, I should probably post that video. I'm going to do it after this one. But here we have the basic idea. Originally, I did try having the chests next to each other, but as soon as you move them, they want to separate. So actually, let's show that off. We'll grab some chests, put that here, put here. You see right there, double chests. I flick the lever, they move and separate immediately. So I decided to go for a decoration piece, which we'll get over in a second, but here's the basic design. I want to make a piston feed tape. This is as small and as compact as I could make it. I had help from a friend too. Thank you very much, Rob, for helping me out on that one. And then I went and made it more complex and big because I understood the basics. That's going to scare me with the water and stuff. But the whole idea is no matter what you do, you flick the lever, it's just going to send a pulse. You can see little observers there, which depending on how you can set things up, is what you do. I wanted to hide the observer, which you can do. But for items, it's relatively easy. Block of your choice. I'm using smooth stone, so you can count out the blocks with me. Redstone dust, observers, non-sticky pistons. No sticky. And that's pretty much it for redstone materials. Actually, lever. And then a boatload of chests, depending on how big or small you make this, is where you go from there. And then for the center of it here, I just, whatever blocks are going to place, I did carpet just so I could see the difference. And now let's get on to building it, which we're going to start from the bottom, work our way up. It's kind of a donut, if you will. So we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Right here is going to be a fifth one. And if you have a basic redstone knowledge, you can adjust it. I'm just going to build what I have here because this works out nice for me. I have a nice little floor and stuff, as you saw on the server. So, wrong way. You want an observer looking at that redstone dust, and we'll get onto that guy in a second. But first, we're going to need an observer looking upwards right here. So looking upwards, boof, and there we go. And he's pretty much going to see whenever the pistons fire. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to place our pistons, and right here's 3 redstone dust. And then this is pretty much wherever you go off to fire the pistons. So we're just going to do it here, and pretty much just have an observer connected up to it. I'm going to leave the lever here. It can be a lever, it can be a button, anything that the observer will update. If you really wanted to hide it, you could probably do a redstone torch on top of a block. As long as it changes, and that observer knows, it's going to fire the piston once. since that's what I like to love about the lever. Button does too, so when it goes in, it's going to fire it. When it comes out, it's going to fire it again. Lever, no matter what you flick it, it's going to fire it once. So that's why I went for the whole lever. So we have our 3 pistons here, observers coming down, and now we have to go for the actual firing mechanism. So these 3 blocks here are going to have some redstone dust on them, and you're going to have some observers looking right at them, just staring at them all day with their serious face. And whenever those guys see something and get excited, actually, for video purposes, I'm going to remember how observers place. I'm going to place an observer looking this way. So, poof. As you can see, whenever we activate that guy goes off, and then those go off. And now we just need to have observers read when these go off. So, temporary block there, observer looking at it. Actually, I got that wrong. Observer looking there with an observer sideways. Block right here. Redstone dust coming out of him, going up, so whenever he sees something, he'll fire signal. Observer looking at him, and just to extend it a block more, he's going to power that block, which is going to power the redstone dust on top of there. And similar to everything else, we are going to have observers looking at those, and that's what's going to be firing these 3 pistons. So when that piston extends, there's going to be a piston there. So we're going to need an observer right there, and we're going to come out 1, 2, 3 more blocks. Redstone dust down the entire line, so pretty much those pistons fire, that observer sees it, and it's a chain effect. So we just made the chain effect for the last pistons. So that means we are going to need an observer, and if you look closely at the redstone, you can place an observer off of that. Temporary block, actually 3 of them. And you're going to place 3 pistons facing down with 3 redstone dust. And if you fill in everything correctly, it should go off without a problem. So we're going to do orange wool for this. So line up everything there, 4 blocks, then going off of this observer all the way down to right above the piston. Temporary block on the piston. It's going to come across here. That corner gets full, and then we can come on up to here, and we're going to place a red block there. We'll put a yellow block here so we know everything's moving, and then you can just place chests right next to these. You do need all these spots filled, otherwise your chests are not going to work. I'll show why. I'll leave that spot blank, so there's going to be a spot there. Block there, hover there for a second, do that there, and then leave the red guy blank. So we're going to make you the red block. And if all goes according to plan, you will be lonely in a second. So fire it, so everything's going to rotate once. As you see, everything moved. And you can see right there is the little gap. So I can fire it again. There's a gap. The chests have pretty much stopped moving. So I'm going to place a chest there, so everything is going to move. And then no matter what you do, you can spam it. Pretty much everything's going to stay nice and hunky-dory. I have torture tested this thing. I have yet to break it. But every time you flick the lever, it's just going to rotate one more time. And as long as there's a chest next to the block, it'll go. And by all means, you could swap it out. But for me, the whole purpose in the center here is just to have something decorative. So say we have red wool here in a boatload of orange. Right there, as I know for a fact, is going to be our yellow wool. And that's pretty much it. So nice little piston feed tape using for chests, because Bedrock server, I don't think Java has the privilege of pushing chest blocks around, but we can. So nice nifty little cute storage system for your bulk items you don't always need. You can fill up one spot and then flick the lever, it disappears until you need it again. So that's pretty much going to be it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Please comment down below what you would like to see in future videos or what you thought. Any comments, recommendations, The size of this could be adapted to anything as long as the pistons are not at their block push limit. So you can make this as tiny as those guys or as big and square as this, because the whole idea for me was just to have a floor and a ceiling. So I can be standing here and right there would be the ceiling, and it gives you a nice little 3-block gap. So like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I always have more content coming on the way. I am working on a Discord. If their Discord is up currently as me putting this video up, the link for it will be down below. Come check that out. It's going to keep you updated on my latest videos. You can talk to me, check out my live streams, because that's where my posts are going to go. And I'm hoping it's going to be a community for me and a few other YouTubers. So hopefully we have that to look forward in the future. Other than that, this is Sergeant Alex, and I do hope you have a nice day. Until next time, bye-bye.